Hi, it's Linda with iCrafter, and I have a project here showing my mini succulent terrarium die and adhesive sheets and the geometric dimensional dome. Let's check it out. I want to introduce you to the mini succulent terrarium die set. In the set, it comes with 3 strips of the iStick adhesive sheets. And there's a reason for that, is because this die set works beautifully with the geometric dimensional dome, and these dies, when used with the iStick adhesive sheet, let me turn that over, and when you insert this drop-in piece in here and you cut that very carefully, you will get a thin strip, and that could be used to adhere along the edges of your geometric dome. Let me try doing this. Along the edge of the geometric dome to create a way of adhering to the domes together, or the dome down to a card front, so you could add something inside of it. So let me show you what I mean. So I dropped in the small square into this larger frame shape, and I've die cut out of one of the strips of the iStick adhesive sheet, and you could see that the center shape will just pop out now, and you could save that. Now this other piece, and I'm going to use my iClick pick. This centerpiece drops out. So now what you have is this little funny looking square with the hook on it, which the hook is, when you die cut cardstock, you can hang this. But this also creates a shape that, again, let me drop something more solid in the background so you could see. It creates a shape that fits loosely around the edge of the geometric dome. Can you see that? So you can now trim off this piece and this piece, and now you have a simple adhesive to fit on there and stick it down to wherever you need it to go. So that's why there are adhesive strips included with your mini succulent terrarium die, because it works so well together with the dome. And if you choose, you don't have to use it that way. You could just use these as really great adhesive, double stick adhesive sheets. So I just want to show you that before I go on to the next part of this project. This mini succulent terrarium die is great for using up scraps of colored cardstock. So you can see what I did. I cut one of this shape. I cut 4 sets of this shape, and I flipped some of them. So when I adhere them, I'm going to have in 2 different directions. I cut one of these, 4 of the triangle, which is the dirt part, and then these 3 dies work together to create one barrel cactus. So I just want to show you real quickly what you'll need to create one set of 4 different succulents. I decided that I'm going to use my mini succulents to make a home decor piece. So what I did was I cut 2 pieces of black cardstock, 6 inches by 6 inches, and now I want to find the exact center and a diagonal. So I'm going to just very simply just line this up on the 2 corners. Okay, and then you just repeat it the same way on this angle. And now you have the 45-degree angle. Now what we're going to do, because the dome itself has a little 3mm lip here, so what I'm planning to do is have 4 pieces go here, I need to measure out from the center line 3 millimeters on each side. So I already did that. Let me show you here. And I could bring this up a little closer. You can see the marks that I made. So now that I have the 3 millimeters apart, I'm going to line these up and just make sure that I'm have it correct. So now I'm going to adhere the succulents inside those squares. Center is right there. I'm going to lay this on top there. And what you could do is draw a line around it. So now you know where the center of the shape will be, of the diamond shape will be. And you know to drop in, it's going to go something like that. And you could drop it in that way. See. And I'm just laid it in there right now just to kind of show you what I plan to do. Works way better when I have it adhered down. The other thing too, you could use these as little shaker cards or little shaker windows. So you can add a little glitter in there or something tiny and set it up that way. This card with all these lines is going to be covered by the top one, which we're going to die cut holes into. So showing these lines is not a problem right now. So let me continue on and drop these succulents in there very carefully. So in this next step, I traced around the actual dome shape so you can see the lines here. And then I also assembled the little succulents. On this one, I folded the first top piece, the real skinny piece, and glued just down the center of it. These, I folded all of them in along the crease line and then put a strip of adhesive, liquid adhesive down the middle and glued those together. And then I just formed this one, flipping some, putting some layered in front and in back, and then that one's just plain. So I'm going to now start adhering these succulents. They will be a little bit higher because I'm going to add the brown to it. And this is a little tricky because you have to kind of play with the dome shape on top and see where the bottom will fit. And all of these lines can be erased, or actually all of these lines will be covered up with another layer of black cardstock that will cut the holes out of. So we're going to go do that. So I drew the diagonal lines and I drew measured out 3 millimeters on each side of the center line. And then I took the dome itself and I lined it up with the center, the main line, and I traced around it so that now I have an idea of where each dome edge will fit. Now I'm taking the inside square and I taped it down a little bit and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine, and I'm going to create 4 openings where the domes will show through on the back, and all of these lines will be erased. So this will be the front of the home decor piece. So I die cut the squares out, and what I can do with the finished piece is use this side so you don't even see the pencil lines. I don't have to erase it. But on this side, I'm going to lay this on top, and I'm going to trace out around these squares because now I know exactly where the domes will fit, and you want to make sure it's lined up. And if you do a light pencil line around the inside of each square, you know where everything will, what will show and what won't show. So now we have those light squares, so you know now to put the soil part right there, and you will have the tall succulent sitting in there. And when you put a dome on top, when you adhere it down, and then when we put this piece on top, you'll have it lined up perfectly. So let me go ahead and adhere everything down. I glued down all of the succulents inside of the squares or diamond shapes that I drew, and then I added the domes on top. I started off using the adhesive, But then I realized I needed to have a little flexibility, so I adhered the bottom 3 with liquid adhesive because I needed to have a little time to smush it around so that it fits within, because it's not an exact science. So as I put one dome down, I squished it about or moved it so that everything would fit properly. The adhesive's great to use if you like sticking 2 domes together, but in this case, because I needed to move it around a little bit, I decided to use the liquid. Now I'm going to adhere this top part to the back part, but I just wanted to show you what the inside looked like while I was working on it. And again, the lines are still there, the lines are still on here, but once you flip this over and cover it over, it's all done, or it's all hidden. So I'm going to seal that up, and I'm pretty much done. I'm going to see if I have a frame here. I'm thinking I don't have a 6" by 6" frame, and I don't think I can get out to a store and get one. So this project will probably, once I seal it up, it'll be considered done for now until the quarantine's over and I could go find a frame, buy a frame. So just wanted to show you that. Thanks for watching. Please be sure and subscribe to my channel, and happy crafting. Take care.